Devin Haney absolutely loves the Gervonta Davis-Jake Paul fight. He was doing an interview with Ariel Helwani, and we got to talk about it. He also said that he believes Tank Davis is not going to retire, and he believes that Tank Davis is going to fight Lamont Roach, and that fight could still happen. So basically, he took all of his talking points that his fans love to use when covering Gervonta Davis lately, and he just took a big fat dump on him. He just took a big fat dump on him, and now I'm sure his fans are gonna be like, well, we don't have to agree with everything Devin says. He's his own person and I'm my own person. Nigga, since when? Whatever Devin and Bill say, that's what y'all go with. Unless I guess he's talking about Gervonta Tank Davis. It's quite funny. It's quite funny. But let's talk about all that in this video. Smash a like, sub to the channel. Share this video. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. So I will be live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll also ask you guys to hype up this video. You get 3 free hypes per week. You can just scroll over where you drop comments at, and you can hype up the video if you haven't used all your hypes yet. It really helps me as a content creator increase the reach of this channel, the visibility of this channel, and it helps us in the algorithm. So please, do your boy a favor and hype up the video. But let's get into it and let's get it cracking. So, Devin the Dream Haney, talking to Ariel Helwani, had a lot of positive things to say about Gervonta Tank Davis that I want to talk about in this video, because what I'm starting to find out is that a lot of these fighters have a lot more respect and admiration, and they view Tank way different than their fan bases do and than some of us do. Devin Haney is very intrigued, very interested in the Tank Davis-Jake Paul fight because of the size difference and because he views Jake Paul as a decent boxer. This is not the first time that someone has come out and said this. We've heard Terrence Bud Crawford come out and say that because of the size difference, Tank won't be able to hurt Jake Paul, and that Jake Paul could probably knock him out with one punch. We've seen Shakur Stevenson's words say that this is a clown show, that this is a disgrace to boxing, that it's something that he doesn't want to be a part of, but then do everything he can to be a part of it by turning from 2-division, 3-division world champion, former unified champion, and turning himself from that into a damn sparring partner for Jake Paul. So people's words, people's actions are showing that they really, really deep down like this fight. And now you can add Devin the Dream Haney to the list of fighters. And I just find it funny because here's the thing. I disagree with him. I am only interested in this fight because, number one, I'm a diehard Gervonta Tank Davis fan. And number two, I don't really like Jake Paul at all. So I would like to see Tank Davis knock his block off. But as far as a competitive standpoint, as far as thinking it's a good fight, as far as loving the fight, nah, bro, I think it's a trash-ass fight. I think Tank Davis is way too good, way too skilled, way too talented to even allow Jake Paul to share the ring with him. That is my opinion. And so as a result, my pick of the fight or my overview and analysis of the fight is the same. If it's a real fight, if this is something that Tank Davis is taking serious, Jake Paul is going to get in that bitch and be a punching bag, bro. That's all he is. Like, for lack of a better term, yes, he can move around. Yeah, he got legs. Yeah, he got arms and shit. Yeah, he got fists he can punch with. But if Tank is going to be Tank in that ring, and Jake is going to be Jake in that ring, and they both trying very hard, you might as well just hang a damn heavy bag from the ceiling and let Tank go to work. That's how big the fucking gap is in this fight, right? But to hear these fighters like Devin Haney talk about it, they're saying, hey man, shit, I'm in there. I'm in there. Shit, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in with some of the words that he used to describe this shit. And I just find it funny because it's totally opposite of his favorite of his fans and shit. And what's really funny is that when Devin Haney shits on his fans and goes the opposite direction of them, cats have nothing to say. When they pound the pavement for this race talk and Ryan Garcia is a racist and you a coon if you got anything positive to say about Ryan Garcia, and then Devin Haney goes and he shits on that whole notion by dapping up Ryan Garcia, being cool with it, being cordial with him and shit, his fans have nothing to say about it. When that same Devin Haney goes against his fans. You got his fans calling Gervonta Tank Davis a girl, talking about his sexuality, renaming him, putting raccoons on his face, putting monkeys on his face, all behind this Jake Paul fight. And then you have Devin Haney come behind them and basically say he love the fight, say he's all for the fight, say he's interested in the fight, say that it's an intriguing fight. They have nothing to say about that either, which I find hilarious, bro. which I find very, very hilarious. Now all of a sudden, oh, we disagree with our favorite fighter. Oh, we have different opinions and shit. No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of echo chambers, bro. All y'all do is repeat whatever the hell Bill Haney say and whatever the hell Devin Haney say, unless he says something positive about Gervonta Davis. And that's just what it always has been, and that's what it always will be. Another thing I want to touch on is that Devin Haney is on KO's side of the argument. Devin Haney doesn't believe that Gervonta Davis is scared of Lamont Roach. He says that rematch can happen. But he said it's more, these are his words, it's more at stake with Jake Paul. Meaning to me, nigga, it's more money on the table. He can always fight Lamont Roach. It's more money on the table. And if you know what's going on, you know that he pushed for that Lamont Roach fight and it was set to happen had he not got arrested. And then he had to choose, but he can always spin the block for Lamont Roach. And I can't wait till he does. Assuming that he does. And then that'll shut everybody up and shut down all these narratives that people been saying about him, right? And so for me, in my personal opinion, I actually like what Devin Haney had to say here. And then he also talked about Tank Davis retiring. And I've been told y'all, bro, I don't believe that shit. And neither does Devin Haney. It got to be like a Twilight Zone or something with the sense that Devin Haney is speaking. Because, again, why would you retire? Why would you get to your apex where you have the opportunity to make the most money that you've ever made and then just walk away from the sport? Everything gets bigger the longer that Tank Davis fights in his prime. The Lamont Roach rematch is bigger now. The Shakur Stevenson fight is even bigger. If he fights Team Alifu, it's even bigger. If he fights Keyshawn Davis, it's even bigger. The reason that these fights are even bigger because of the superstar that he's becoming. Because of the crossover appeal and the new fan base that he's about to be able to reach by fighting Jake Paul. It's going to get bigger and bigger and better and better. And the offers that he will have if he runs these streaming numbers up, the streaming services like Netflix that's trying to get more and more into boxing. Prime Video may redo their stuff and say, no, we want to give y'all an even bigger budget and we just want to stream this shit. Right? Hulu could try to get involved. Paramount Plus could try to get even more involved in boxing. You still got Apple TV out there. You got all these platforms, all of these streaming services that's looking for ways to draw in millions and millions of viewers. And you think that if Tank Davis and Jake Paul is successful, they won't have people banging down Tank Davis's door to try to offer him a deal to come have a big time fight on their platform so they can stream it to the world? This fight is going to reach audiences globally because Netflix is going to broadcast it globally, bro. I say all that to say, what type of sense does it make for him to be like, yeah, I'm the biggest star ever, but let me just walk away from the sport, even though I could get even more millions fighting over here, even more millions fighting over there. So I think Devin's right on this, bro. I think after the Jake Paul fight, you're going to hear Tank Davis's tune change, just like you heard it change after the Lamont Roach fight. When he goes to that post-fight press conference, I hope that the reporters, I hope that the journalists are astute enough to ask him, are you still retiring, to see what he says? Because I guarantee you his tune is probably going to change from what he said to that fan. And that's the other thing, bro. He didn't even announce his retirement. The young man simply just tweeted back at a fan that told him to retire. You don't know, it's a fucking tweet, number one, and he's responding to a fan. What fighter you know announced their retirement responding to a fan? He could have been being sarcastic. He could have been being flippant, being funny, just being an asshole. You don't know. We won't know until after the Jake Paul fight. But if you just follow the money, follow the business of boxing, it makes absolutely no sense for PBC to put their entire plans of 2025 on hold for him. It makes no sense for them to be making fights that are going to build in rematches for him, like Pitbull versus Lamont Roach. The next natural step is for the winner to fight Tank, and that's going to make the fight even bigger. Like, they not moving like this for a fighter that they think is about to be out the goddamn game, bro. That's just my opinion. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Comment below. Smash a like, sub to the channel. Devin the Dream Haney loves Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. Who would have thought it? I'll see y'all soon. Peace.